Well, listen, let's start with, he didn't throw the touchdown pass, but Jaden Daniels this year, Booger, 5 touchdown passes in the last 30 seconds of regulation and overtime. By the way, Marcus Mariota had one last week just to show that it wasn't only him. They get the ball with 4:41 to go, and the Bucs don't get it back. They play with no fear, starting by the quarterback and reflected by the coach who goes for it on 4th down, and it paid off with the winning touchdown.
Two things stood out. No doubt. 2 things stood out. One, the aggressiveness of Dan Quinn. The team has bought into it. He's done it all year long. They expect it. And 2, you know how we often hear players have it? Jaden Daniels has it, boom. I've seen it back when he was at LSU, and I see it now with the Washington Commanders. He's got it. He doesn't panic. He plays with so much poise. And when the moments are at their biggest, 4th quarter, overtime, 2-minute, he plays his best football, boom. The future's bright in Washington. They got a great quarterback.
Think of what they won 4 last year. They hadn't won 12. Now they've won 13, but since 91, which was their Super Bowl year, they hadn't won a playoff game since 2005. New coach, who's been there before, with Seattle defensive coordinator, and of course Atlanta to the Super Bowl, new quarterback, and some veterans up front who controlled the Bucs line, offensive line. Did you see that? I mean,
and to add to that, and a new owner also, boom.
Yeah, I didn't mean to
the
short
offensive.
him.
Yeah, exactly. The offensive line controlled the Bucs' defensive line. Anytime you go against the Todd Bowles team, you know you have to prepare for the blitz. Bowles is going to bring a lot of different pressure, and so for this offensive line to prepare and execute against the Todd Bowles defense with their rookie quarterback in that building. That building is tough to play in at night. They were souped up, they were amped up, and to execute at the level they did was absolutely outstanding.
Well, congratulations to the Commanders. The Bucs, it was only the 1 turnover, but it was after a goal line stand. They were the only playoff team in the minus of the 14 in there. Again, that doesn't mean that Baker fumbled because of that, but it bites you at some point.
Also, the only team on the weekend to win the rushing battle but lose the game. It's one of those anomalies because how good Jaden Daniels was.
You know, Philly, of course, much ballyhooed, rested Saquon on the offensive line. Of course, Hurts was concussed, so missed 2.5 weeks. I don't want to say they looked sluggish, but then again, Green Bay looked more sluggish, but credit to the Eagles' defense for that.
The Eagles' defense led by Vic Fangio, boom. You know, we talk a lot about the Fangio shell. He keeps 2 safeties back. He doesn't want to give it the big play. But because he has that defensive line led by Jalen Carter and those guys, Nolan Smith up front, they can get after the quarterback. They were dominant today, and they just kept Green Bay off the rhythm. Jordan Love never could get in rhythm. They couldn't run the football a lot. And so this game went to the to the Philadelphia Eagle defense because they were outstanding.
They had 4 sacks. Smith, had 2? I mean, they were controlling both sides.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I mean, they had trouble for a while getting Saquon uncorked, so that's to the Packers' credit. But Philly stayed with what they do, and Green Bay was just struggling. You pick off, you make 4 turnovers, that's going to work.
Turnovers, defense, and eventually the offense will get going. You could tell that between Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, and Jalen Hurts, the offense wasn't in rhythm. Anytime your quarterback misses almost 3 weeks of time, they weren't in sync. They're going to have to go back to practice and work on that this coming week to get back in sync because the offense was sluggish. As you said, they did enough to win, but don't be mistaken like this offense was pumping at a high level today.
Green Bay, you start the game, you're getting the ball, and you fumble the kick. Again, was it really? It doesn't matter. That it stood.
Exactly.
I think they were shocked. I know it's only 7-0. You got 59 minutes to go, but they were shocked. Matt LaFleur's team may have been their worst game of the year. Here he is after the game.
When you come into somebody else's house against a really good football team, you can't start the way we did. And to fumble the opening kick and then them turn it into a touchdown and be down 7-0 from the jump, it was obviously too much to overcome.
There's a lot of things that we kind of just hurt ourselves in a lot of areas. So, it sucks. It sucks right now, but we'll be back. We'll find ways to get better and attack this offseason.
7 seed, first one to win last year. They hammered Dallas on the road.
Yeah.
Philly was ready for them. They were wary of them. They're still the youngest team in football, so they'll be better. But they didn't finish the year on a sharp note, and there was some curious stuff late in the game, both of us thought, from the Packers.
Well, and here's the thing, Boom. There was a 2-play sequence, and it kind of typifies that the entire Green Bay Packers as they come down. Got to have it 3rd down. That's not their primary back. That is a backup. The next play, 4th and 3 coming in, we're throwing an out route, 4th and 3, got to have it to Heath. They were injured. Their primary ball carrier, primary pass catchers were hurt. And so the rhythm of the offense was not there. That two-play sequence kind of typifies what the Green Bay Packers dealt with down the season. They got to figure out a way to stay healthy, and they got to figure out a way, can we execute at the highest level in the most critical time, which is the playoffs? They didn't do that today.
No, we're very high on what Matt LaFleur, remember he won the 2 games with Willis,
exactly. Yes.
changed what he did.
Yes.
But if 31 is Jim Taylor, I'm speaking to you Packer fans who went in the middle of the line, he would have picked up 5 yards, okay? The great man from Louisiana, Jim Taylor. But it was not run up the middle. Jacobs was hurt, had to miss a few plays. That was kind of odd. A couple of notes. Cook, first 100-yard runner for the Bills in the playoffs since Thurman in 1995. Josh Allen, 23 touchdown passes, playoffs, pass that breaks his tie with Jim Kelly. Here's what it is. We've talked all year. It's not everyone's eating on the Bills. Ty Johnson, the 9th leading receiver with 18 catches in the regular season. He's been a valuable third down back. 18 catches the biggest play of the game. Samuel caught 31 all year, touchdown. The next game, it'll be somebody else. That's been the Bills. It's been different this year.
Well, no doubt, Boom, especially now that Stephon Diggs is gone. Josh Allen can distribute the ball, and they can have a different playmaker each and every week, Boom. And so, for me, this is when Josh Allen is at his best. When they play this way, it's easy for them to play offense and have success.
Yeah, he and Joe Brady have clicked, and it'll be somebody else the next. Knox was getting thrown to more than can get. For Denver, way to go. Bo Nix, couldn't win as a rookie. Jaden Daniels was the first to win as a rookie on the road in the playoffs, first start in over a decade. Denver will be so much better a year from now. Way to go in the playoffs.
And no doubt. And then think about this. They did this having to absorb the Russell Wilson contract. They'll get more money to spend next year. Sean Payton has his quarterback. The future is bright in Denver.
Yeah, very, very bright. But the future is really bright because the Bills are going to host the Baltimore Ravens next week, okay? And here's the AFC matchups. The Chiefs, of course, with a bye. They'll play the Texans. Same 4 teams as this round a year ago, different matchups. That's the Saturday game. That's ours, right? And then the Ravens at the Bills Sunday. Remember earlier this year, Ravens rolled Henry first play of game for Baltimore on offense, 87 yards. They romped. That was then. This is now, says Josh Allen.
We're going to need to get our rest this week, and we got a really, really good Baltimore Ravens team coming here. They put the thumping on us earlier in the year, and we know that. We understand that. So, again, it's the most important game because it's the next one.
2 teams that made you stand up and pay attention with their wins Saturday night for Baltimore and Sunday afternoon for Buffalo.
And no doubt. And this game will be different. The last game they played in Baltimore was a blowout. As I look at this game early, Boom, to me it comes down to this. Buffalo's defense wants to play nickel, meaning they got 2 linebackers and a nickel back Johnson on the field. Baltimore's not going to get in 11, 13 person. They're going to line up and run the football with Ricard and Derrick Henry. Can they tackle Derrick Henry? He had almost 200 yards rushing the last time Buffalo and Baltimore played. If they can't limit Derrick Henry, they can't stop this offense. We haven't even got to Lamar yet. I'm not even talking about Lamar.
Right.
I'll start with Derrick
Henry. But we need a half an hour to talk about this game.
They got to be able to stop Derrick Henry. If they can't do that, to me, if you're Buffalo, this has to come down to a high-scoring affair. Because I don't know if you can limit Baltimore. Can you score 28, 30 points against that defense? Because we know Baltimore, especially if they get Zay Flowers back, their wide receiver who didn't play this round, they got a plethora of weapons.
Well, can the Bills' defense, speedy, physical enough, are they? But is Baltimore's defense, which on this now 5-game winning streak, has obviously, it's been night and day from earlier in the year with Hamilton, a free safety. But can Josh Allen find holes in it? He's found holes in just about everybody else. They beat the Chiefs. They beat Detroit. They'll be at home. It's a toss-up.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch it.
Oh, no. We've been waiting for this one for quite a while.